Hey, what's up, you guys? We just recently went on a trip to Lake Brownwood. I guess it's not really a trip because it's with 7 miles away from us. But anyhow, we went to our lake. We did some crappie fishing, and we just want to show you guys, talk about some techniques that we use while crappie fishing, some of the knots that we tie, and even some of the lures, jigs that we use, maybe even our rods. But this will just be a quick little bit about all that.
It's hot, so let's get on with this video.
It's very hot. It's like 100 degrees. No,
105.
105. It's 105 degrees outside right now.
And we're on our back porch, so it's 100.
It's hot. Anyways, y'all guys check this out.
One of my favorite things to do is to crappie fish, and as far as the Bishop family goes, we take crappie fishing very serious. We make it a mission every year to fill our freezer with crappie so we'll have crappie to eat all year. So over the years we have developed some skills, I guess you would say, of how to catch them. We're not the best at it, but we do have some techniques and things that we use that are very effective, and we just want to share those with y'all. These are the techniques that we use today on the lake. One of the things that we like to do is we like to have a good rod. And I have a Lew's. This is a Lew's 9-foot rod, and some people like shorter rods, but we like to use really long 9 to 10 foot rods. Could use even longer, but we feel like these are just long enough for us to handle well. And one thing I like about these rods here and other rods that I use like this is they've got a good backbone. Some people like a crappie fishing rod that's real floppy and flimsy and all that. I don't like that. I like a little bit of a backbone, a little bit of a stiffness to it that's really sensitive, and that's what this rod is here. My favorite rod to use right here is the Lew's. It's actually a combo, come with the real matching color, and I like all the matching, but it don't matter. But during the hot summertime, the crappie go deep. They go in the brush piles and things like that. So we have brush piles that we fish. We know where they're at. We go find them, usually in between 15 and 20 to 25 foot of water. So one of the techniques we use is we like to jig. Oh, and I just hit the wind chime there. But we use jigs, and there's different kind of jigs that we can use. But my favorite jig for summertime around here is an 1/8 ounce or a 1/16 ounce, depending on which. If it's windy, we'll go a little heavier, but I guess we use the 16 ounce a lot of times. But this is a sickle hook 16 ounce. This is an orange head. And one of the colors that we like to use a Bobby Garland bluegrass in the summer. You can see this is got blue in it with a green stomach, and I think that this combo, it looks like a perch, looks like a little bluegill to me, and this works really well in the hot summertime. We also like to use this Bobby Garland, I think it's called monkey milk. We call it blue speck. It's got blue glitter in it. But this is a good one. It looks like a little baby shad. That's what it's called, a baby shad. But this one is really effective, really all time of year. But this works well right now too on the deep brush piles. And there's a bunch of other colors and a bunch of other things that we can use. This is called a triple tail. See, it's got 3 little tails with the little ball on there. Now this one right here, looks like the same color of that baby shad. It's got the blue speck in there. I think it mimics the shad. And this one's effective at different times. One of my favorite baits, one of my all-time favorite baits, and I feel like this one, I always put this on. Seems like I always catch a big slab on this one, and it's called a Slab Daddy. And it's got this little paddle tail on it, but it's that same color. And these tend to work well in our lake. In other lakes they may not work well, I don't know, but in Lake Brownwood and the rivers and creeks we fish around there, this is a great color. So anyways, to talk about our jig, one of the things that I think is really important is the type of knot that you tie on your jig. And if you'll look here, I've got a loop knot tied. And on this loop knot, it allows your bait to stay horizontal. So it's not hanging down like this. A lot of times your knot will actually make your jig be in different directions because it's tight around that eye. But I like the loop knot. I'm going to show you how to tie one. I have a jig here and some line. Loop knot is really easy to tie, and a lot of people use it. So you're going to start out with the end of your line and simply stick it through the eye of the jig. Pull it all the way through, and you want to have a lot of line out like this. I like to pinch it and run my finger up it just like that. So you're going to pinch, run your finger down, and what I do is I'm going to wrap this line around my middle finger and around my pointer finger just like that. I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to drop this jig in that hole right there 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the eye and I'm going to hook it in this loop that I've made like that right there. I'm going to cinch it all the way down to where it's not real tight, and then I'm going to pull it over the top and cinch it down tight just like that. And you can pull on either line, get it tight, and if you look, there's that right there. Now this technique, it's online. You can look at other videos. You can look it up on Google and things like that if you need to see it a little slower. But this is the knot that I use. And the reason I use this knot is when we're vertical jigging and we're bouncing this thing up and down, it's staying horizontal and it's going with the motion that I use for my rod tip. So as I put a jig on, I want that jig right down the middle. I don't want it crooked, I don't want it to the side, I want it right down the middle. So when that jig is in that water, it's got free motion that thing can flip up and down almost like a fish going in the water like this. So the technique that we use is when we're jigging, we'll actually cast out and maybe even cast out depending on how deep it is. Say if we're in 15 foot of water, we're going to cast out and we're going to let that fall, and we want it to fall to where as it falls down that we're not jigging it or anything, we're just letting it fall, and that thing will naturally swim, and we want it to come right over the top of the brush. It's okay to even bump the brush or land on top of the brush, we just don't want to get too far in it. So what we'll do is as that jig is swimming, if it taps that brush, that's when you get a bite. As soon as it taps the brush, you'll get one. If you tap the brush, nothing happens, or get close to the brush and you come through and you end up vertical, then we'll vertical jig for a little bit, seeing if we can get a bite. If we don't get a bite, we'll do that process completely over. We'll reel in, we'll toss it out, let it fall, and just kind of let that bait do what it does. A lot of people will jig it a lot and pop it and things like that, and especially in the hot summertime, they don't like that a whole lot. Maybe just a little bit, but I'm not moving, I'm not popping or jigging that thing very much. I'm just letting the bait, it's designed to do that anyways. As that bait is falling, it looks like a little shad, it may look like a wounded shad, and you can put some fish in the boat doing that. So that's kind of what we're doing on this trip. You can kind of watch us and see what we're doing. I actually have 2 poles, I have one in each hand, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll cast one out and let that one fall, and I'll vertical jig with the other one. And it's pretty simple. If you're good at it and you're comfortable with it, when you catch a fish you can set one down. There is a few times where I've caught one on both at the same time, and you kind of a little bit of a predicament there, but it makes it fun. So anyways, that's what we're doing on Lake Brownwood. That's the technique that we use. It's not the only one we use. We use minnows sometimes, and we haven't even done that this year, so hopefully we can show you that technique. And then in the springtime when we fish, it's a totally different technique that we use, and catch a lot of fish doing that as well. So hopefully come spring we can show you a video on that. But hopefully this has helped you guys. Hopefully if you're not already doing this or something like this, maybe you picked up a tip that you can add to your skills as a crappie fisherman and catch some more fish. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the water.
Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Stampede Productions. We didn't do an intro this morning because we were on the water and it was just too windy. But we're back and we went out to the lake to see what we could get, and they were just slow today. I think we got 15 keepers? 14.
Over here, Dad. Let me get my depth finder on. Alright. There's a little bit of something right there in 16 foot, but I don't know if that's the one. Oh, God. Yeah. It's a pretty good one. In that deeper water. Didn't even have it. I didn't have it on. My camera on. Out in the middle of nowhere, dude. No. It's a spotter. There he is. Golly. Oh, he's fighting pretty good, but he's hooked him in the bottom of the lip. Quit. Yeah, that's a Slab Daddy right there. Nice solid fish. That one. I don't know. Oh, God. Everyone on the graph right there. He's a keeper. Yeah. I'll fix it. There he is. Oh, got a good one here. He's off that brush pile. Hit the top of it. He just hit it right there. Yeah, I was recording. No, I got it. Oh, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, he ain't gonna keep, is he? He ain't not gonna keep, I don't think. We'll put him on the board, but I think I'm wasting my time on him. Let's see here. Yeah. Too short. Too short. I'll move us over there. Oh, there. Oh, look at this. Ah. Couldn't get him out of the brush. He's in them, something down there. No. I don't think he'll make. He's down in something. I couldn't get him up out of it. Yeah, he's 9 inches long.
Anyhow, we're headed back to the house. We're gonna go clean up the fish that we do have. And hopefully we got a couple videos for you guys coming up here pretty quick. So I gotta edit this one, I gotta edit one before. And so anyways, we're just trying to get some content out to you guys. That's it. We'll see you guys back at the house.
All 10-inch, 13.5 inch.
Yeah, this right here, that's what we normally pull out of the river. And on a good day, on the lake, that's usually what you're gonna get.
That mouth.
Smell it. Oh, golly, that's a lot of fat. That goodness right there. All right, that's it.
We're done.
We're going home.
It's hot. I smell like fish.
That.
I have food to eat.
Yes. Well, this will conclude our episode of the day. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day.
All right, we gone.